Okay, kia ora, good morning. So yesterday I recorded a video on the way to the gym, and while I was doing that and I'm thinking, posting it, etc., I kind of got a thinking about the message that I was trying to convey in there. Now, in addition to that, I'm trying to not refine too much kind of the thoughts. But in that video from yesterday, I was really thinking about what message am I wanting to leave. I probably had too many thoughts in my head, and they all kind of spilled out into the video. So this is take number 2. So just in complete transparency, that's exactly how I want to operate. I do want to share thoughts, but at the same time, I want to not have each video be too full with ideas. So I think welcome to video 5, maybe 6, and I wanted to share a little bit of a story as to how the week has been going so far. It's actually been really good. Because it's a short week, that's always a benefit, although you do the work of 5 days in 4, so I'm not sure how that works, but anyway, so yeah, it's a 4-day week. Next week is a 4-day week, so pretty lucky in that respect. But earlier this week, Tuesday afternoon, in fact, I got to meet up with a very intelligent and wonderful human being that I used to work with a little while ago. So they left the company that we both worked for, went in to work for another large corporate, which is cool, nothing wrong with that. Diversified their skill base, etc. And they went on to then, I guess you could say, pursue their passion, which is amazing. Now, this individual is extremely intelligent, which is phenomenal. Has raised some great series funding all over the globe, and I had the privilege of sitting down with them on Tuesday earlier this week, just for an hour, just to have a bit of a yarn with regards to technology, AI, what they've been up to, and all those good things. Anyway, part of this conversation led us down the pathway of something that I have raised in other videos, and that being my belief that fundamentally people will do business with people. Now, I'll just put a bit of a clarification or caveat across that. Will that be supported by technology? Absolutely it will be. Will technology make certain parts of that transaction seamless? Bloody better. But I think, taking away from the pandemic in 2018, 2019 and so on, we are in essence social creatures. Now, there are different types of social creatures in the sense that you've got some who are introverted and prefer their alone time. You've got some who are extroverted and, need to be around people to recharge. But I think one of the things that I really took away from both the pandemic and just working in a frontline customer business is that when it really matters, people do business with people. That will be enabled or supported by technology. I think the best way that this individual that I was sitting down with on Tuesday put it is like this. So not only will people do business with people, but there's also a degree of either A, shared ownership in said problem, solution, whatever, but there's also the accountability aspect. And so I'm going to completely butcher their explanation. It was their one was far more elegant than mine is about to be. But take autonomous vehicles as an example. Now, if an autonomous vehicle causes an accident, injures a person, or something like that, what do? Do you tell the AI or the computer, naughty, you shouldn't have done that? No one really gives a shit, right? You can give it a negative scoring, I understand. I don't know what that means just yet, but I have heard it being used. So you can give it a negative scoring so that it knows or learns that that's not good. But in the case of autonomous vehicles, you can't exactly go up to the car and be like, naughty car, shouldn't have done that, or whatever. Whereas if there's a driver in a vehicle, right, and there's an accident, whether they be the cause of the accident or part of it, or they hurt someone or injure somebody, you then have another human being who can either resonate with the feelings that you have. So if you're part of an accident, oh my God, we were part of an accident, so there's that bondedness around the event. If they are the cause of the accident, then you have someone that you can look at and say, you are responsible or accountable for this accident. You get to see the remorse if it's present in them. You get to say, you did this, why did you do that? You get that closure almost. I don't know if you get closure, but you know what I mean. So by having someone involved in this, you get to also hold someone accountable, or you get to unite over a shared experience, right? It's the fundamentals of being a human, uniting over shared experiences, blah, blah, blah. So, it really got me thinking around the whole messaging that I had previously around people doing business with people doing business, no coffee yet, with people. And, I think one of the big things in this Revolution 4.0, which is the nickname for the AI revolution that we're in right now, and I have mentioned this in other videos, but the more I talk to people about it, the more it's shaping up and firming up in my mind that the AI revolution, or Revolution 4.0, will make life better wholeheartedly. It'll provide us with better information and better insights. Absolutely. What it will not do is remove our inherent need to have some degree of social connection or shared experience. And just to further elaborate on that, if you're still at this part of the video, thank you, and congratulations. But just to further, elaborate on that, even with our cell phones that we have at the moment, internet access around, the world, you've got Starlink that can link you from almost anywhere. You can get Wi-Fi on a plane, so our ability to connect has never been greater. And yet if you look at Gen Z, Gen Alpha, it would appear that they are one of the most loneliest generations on the face of it. More research probably needs to be done on that. But how is it that in a world that is so hyper-connected, you have generations that are now experiencing huge degrees of loneliness? And I think, for anyone or any company or executive that is looking at AI and technology and how it will be in their business, I think it's really important to not necessarily throw the baby out with the bathwater. And what I mean by that is, over hundreds of years, people have built businesses, that people have built relationships, people have built connections. Has machinery and the like helped make that more efficient? Absolutely. But can you fundamentally remove a human to human connection? Or should you? Maybe that's the question. But anyway, I still, at the moment, even after starting to engage in a lot of discussion around this exact topic, people doing business with people or social connections, I still have in my mind, and I'm not getting any opposing views yet, that AI technology will change how we interact. It will reshape how we interact, but it's not going to remove that inherent desire of social connection. So, something to think about. And I think personally, if you screw up that equation when you're looking at embedding or adding technology to a business or to yourselves, if you don't respect that principle that we are inherently social creatures, then that's really gonna change the fabric of what and who your business is. So if you just want to produce the same widget and ship it out and add some bells and whistles to it, by all means. But when you're thinking about really systemically changing and using the technology for what it could be, which is improving people's lives, improving, etc., when you think of it from that perspective, as well as adoption of the technology that improves people's lives and etc., then you factor in the people. I think that's a winning combination. I don't know if I made the equation really clear, but I've put it to my team recently. It's kind of, for me, it's threefold, right? So it's your employees, your customers, and those two things, maybe, powered by digital, will equal your business. And so E plus C to the power of technology equals business. And I think as we look to embed more and more tech, AI tech, into our work lives, into our private lives, when you think about it as solely as a tool of minimizing cost, then I think you've screwed the equation up. And that will ultimately lead to failure, or maybe not failure, but not as good as it could be. So I think productivity and cost will be a byproduct of successful implementation, but it should not be the reason for implementation. Anyway, that was my random thoughts. And to the person who I met with on Tuesday, thank you for your time. I very much appreciate it. It was amazing to have that time to just discuss and talk about things. So thank you very much. But look, I'm very conscious that maybe I'm seeking out opinions that might be, supportive of what I already think. So look, if you have an opposing view or thought, drop it in the comments, right? Let's get some discussion going. Anyway, have a good one.